D.C. Bureau reporter Cassie Simeon joins us this morning. Cassie, you were at the White House last night. Talk to us a little bit about what President Biden had to say.
Well, this was just President Biden's third Oval Office address. It's a setting that, of course, conveys power to the audience, but also is meant as reassurance in this moment. And Biden really used this time to speak directly to the American people, not just the people that are going to vote for him in November, but a lot of the people that aren't going to vote for him in November, to say, listen, we need to turn down this heated political rhetoric. It should never dissolve to violence. And he named a couple of instances over the last decade where we have seen things get politically violent. We're talking about the congressional baseball shooting. We're talking about January 6th. We're talking about the attack on Paul Pelosi, former Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. Those were all politically motivated attacks, and Biden really wants to turn down the heat in this country, and he's hoping that that can be conveyed across the aisle that, look, this isn't a Democrat or a Republican issue. This is an American issue, and we as Americans need to come together and realize it's okay to disagree on politics, but we should never let things get violent.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about how Saturday's shooting and President Biden's speech last night are changing the political tone. How does this affect the messaging?
Yeah, well, the conversation over the last several weeks since the debate has really been focused on President Biden, that he's too old, that maybe he's not up to the job. We've seen over a dozen Democrats come out saying that he should step down from the top of the ticket. That narrative now has changed, of course, because of this shooting. We're no longer really focused on that. We haven't heard from any other Democrats. Instead, we're hearing both Democrats and Republicans saying we should all condone any sort of political violence. We need to change how we approach politics in this country. And we haven't heard yet from Donald Trump himself, except for his Truth Social post. But the Washington Examiner did report last night that in an exclusive interview, Trump told them that he is changing his speech that he was expected to give on Thursday night. Instead of attacking Biden, he's going to use it as a unity speech. And you can expect both candidates, at least moving forward in the near future, to really focus their attacks more on each other's records rather than anything that could be seen as inciting political violence or personality attacks. They're going to focus more on the record here. But so far, we haven't seen any more Democrats come out to call on Biden to step aside. It looks like those conversations, at least for now, have stopped.
What's the reaction like on Capitol Hill? What is leadership saying?
Well, Speaker Mike Johnson has said that there will be a full investigation of Saturday's shooting, how this happened, what the security failures were. And we've also heard from James Comer. He's the head of the Oversight Committee. He's invited the head of the Secret Service to appear before his committee before the end of the month to testify about how exactly this happened. And President Biden, of course, promising an independent investigation, saying that he will make the results of that investigation available to the American public as well, that answers are needed here on how exactly this happened.
Yeah. Thank you for that update, Cassie Simeon. Thank you.